here we are for episode 4. We get a mini challenge, musical chairs.
Yeah.
The only reason I bring this up is to talk about LaPhil's like demented "hit me baby one more time" pastries in her tights.
Oh yeah, that was silly.
Situation. Here for it. It was wacky.
In theory, this mini challenge is right up my alley, so to speak.
I was confused by it was hard to tell with these chairs what was front and back, so it seemed really unfair that you had to go all the way around instead of just sit down. We all know how to cheat at musical chairs.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Now that makes sense.
Right, because they were like stools.
I was like, why are they all
like,
going
I
around
have
to
go
the
all
other
the way
side?
around. It didn't make any sense.
It didn't make any sense because they were just stools. You could have just sat down.
And then I sat down. Great.
Thank you for explaining that to me.
You're welcome.
Anyway, who cares? My whole point was just that it went on too fucking long.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, the editing of all of these needs to pick up the pace. I think I could easily trim 15 to 25 minutes off of each of these episodes.
Lee?
Yeah.
Give me 6 months.
So, the improv challenge, Catty Man, I was like, huh? And then they explained that it's based off of Chatty Man, which...
Chat show. It ran for a lot of seasons, but Alan Carr's just so funny. He's one of the only people that can just make me laugh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was funny because they were like, oh, the improv thing, Catty Man. And I was like, oh God, it's going to be Ross. And it's just going to be so stupid and annoying.
You know when you go to a store and you buy a peach, and the peach isn't quite ripe yet?
It's not quite ripe yet.
You were that peach.
When you pinch it, it's not quite ripe yet.
You know that thing? No!
But then I was like, oh, thank God, it's not. It's Alan. This is going to be fun.
Alan has a warmness, a playfulness. It just works.
It works.
This didn't seem as long as some of the improv challenges of yore.
Yeah.
Where they just devolve into screaming.
Screaming.
I mean, there was some that weren't good.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. But it moved.
Yes.
Let's say that. First out, the best group. That's all there is to say about it. Cheddar in this, like, it was very Little Edie, Baby Jane.
It was very What Happened to Baby Jane.
Vibesies. And I don't know, the way she was enunciating things was making me laugh.
We were the world's first yodeling acrobats.
She disappeared.
She wandered out one night in the Alps.
I thought she did a great job, and I thought they didn't quite give her the,
because she, you can't have everyone be broad, big, loud, and funny. You have to have them playing off each other. I thought she did a great job of being that other half.
I think she gets it, and she did well. Yeah. Went out into the mountains, but they never found a body or anything.
Right.
Or anything.
Yes. Yeah.
The way she was like, precarious. I don't know, like, just the way she was phrasing things.
My very amazing, tragic story.
Yeah.
I told you that mountain looked very precarious.
That's not even your real wig! So yeah, I thought she was really great. And then, of course, Danny Beard just, out of the gate.
The teeth.
Teeth.
Oh, actually, I did.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. No, it's a great story.
It's a great story.
Mog got it by a tractor, Alan, and when it died...
Sorry to hear that.
No, don't be sorry, Alan. It's a good story.
That's a good story.
I love, it turns out, I think I love Liverpudlian accents. Along with, was that in episode 5? Yeah, the So You Think You Can Dance guy or whatever. Strictly Come Dancing. He was like flirting. That was that whole moment. But he was like, I like your accent. I was like, oh.
I didn't know he was a chubby chaser, but listen, if he is, I'll run.
And then Pixie was also really funny, coming out just looking crazy. And she had a dildo somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know where it came from. She had it somewhere.
They were always jealous of my yodeling skills.
Yes, yeah, that was good.
That was good. It was funny.
But this was above and beyond the best.
Yeah.
I don't think that the other queens should watch each other because I think they were so good. They fucked up the other two.
They all got nervous sitting there staring. Certainly Sminty.
Yes.
I don't know where Pixie was even hiding that dildo, and I honestly don't want to know.
So they were clearly the best. They were going to win. It was pretty obvious.
Yes.
But next out, we got Dakota and Baby and LaPhil.
Oh, right.
I thought Dakota was a flatline. I thought she could have been in the bottom, but who am I?
I thought she was okay.
Her voice and Baby's got switched, so she came out.
Right.
To be honest, Alan, I've had quite a tough few weeks.
I just thought she was fine. Like, I don't remember anything she did.
The voice, I feel like they could have done more with it.
And when I woke up, I noticed something felt different in my voice.
Particularly when Baby came in, I was like, oh. But when they switched the voices back.
But I thought Baby really went for it.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on with her song, but I thought it was funny. She was doing like a Tim Curry Frankenfurter, like something about the emphasis of what she was saying.
Sure.
I don't know, but I liked it.
Big old titties in your face. And you want a taste of the pussy.
When you knocked, he thought you were the candy man.
I didn't like it, but I appreciated that she was doing a lot.
Just the song part, that's all, just to be clear. Like
I didn't like the song either.
I don't know. Watch it back and you're gonna be like, is that Tim Curry? Like, just the way she sexualized certain words, I was like,
big old titties in your face. And you want a taste of the pussy.
What's going on? Anyway, the rest of it was okay.
Yeah.
And then LaFell had a lot to say. It wasn't particularly funny.
No, it was not. It was too rehearsed.
The theory is that when tongues collide, they cause a tongue-space continuum.
So anyway, then the next group.
My piss is boiling, Alan. I just remember that conversation.
Absolutely boiling.
And I am absolutely fuming. My piss is boiling on.
I am fucking fuming!
And Sminty, who unfortunately, I think yet again really let her group down. Not that they were doing great without her, but like...
Again, I thought Black Pepper was forgettable in this. I would have put that whole team
in the bottom.
Like, I would have probably saved Jodhpurs at the very end and put Peppa and Sminty in the bottom.
No, that's ugly.
You are clearly not what she described. Are you catfishing Lucky?
Potentially.
I thought Jodhpurs had the most energy in this group and was the best of the group.
Will you please marry me? We'll work on your voice first. But yes! I'm so happy!
Still wasn't great.
I would have put...
Sminty literally shut down and stopped functioning. She powered down.
A dear friend of mine once told me,
like,
if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
At that point, maybe you just pretend you're a robot and shut down.
I don't even know,
like,
right?
just pull an Eevee and just be like, computer fail.
A GG good Snatch game.
Yeah, just like, and I don't know.
It just was shocking to me, like literally say anything. Just say anything. But I guess, you know, your brain is I can't.
I was like, oh no, I feel this. I feel this deeply. But,
and the way she just sat there while the studio lights went down, she just like...
And they just let her hang there.
Did.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad. But we get the runway, the main event.
Yes.
I think Ru should have made a little...
Oh!
Because I was like, main event, what?
Oh, you didn't get it?
Like at first, and then I went, oh, main.
M-A-N-E.
Category is the main event.
I was like, oh, I wish that had been the prompt that the queens were given rather than hair. You know what I mean?
Sure, like,
like
horsey
someone
play.
come with like a real mane, I would have been like, ooh, yes, into it.
Give me a real My Little Pony moment.
Yeah, I would have loved that.
Yeah.
Like sexy drag My Little Pony.
They kind of did that on Sasha's season. Remember they were like unicorns or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like hooves.
Yeah, they did have the hooves.
Category
and didn't
is
someone do troll hair at some point?
I'm sure.
But I would love
Crystal
like a
method? Well, that was the...
Well, yeah.
But
like a real troll hair, like, you know.
Oh,
ooh.
but what's her name did a troll. Remember it wasn't a troll?
Yes. Oh.
Not Let's Have a Cocktail, but they remind me of the same person. You know what I'm talking about?
Kasha Davis?
Yeah, not Kasha Davis, but...
Tempest de Jour?
No.
But they do also...
Alexis Michelle?
No.
But you're in the
yeah.
The Venn diagram is correct.
So the main event, this was a good runway.
I liked it.
There were some really good ones. I mean, I'm obsessed with my favorite. I'm just going to do highlights maybe.
Okay.
Cheddar.
Oh my God.
This Cat in the Hat.
No,
like,
Cheshire. It was
I know, but
very,
like
cats, but Cheshire.
But what was like the Jim Carrey like live action Cat in the Hat or whatever?
It was Mike Myers.
Mike Myers, sorry.
But you're thinking Grinch.
Grinch. Either way, it was a mixture of all of those. You know, it was very that, where it's like, yes, into all of this makeup, the fur, the hairball that
amazing.
matches.
Oh, yeah.
What was it? It was the guest judge that just like, oh, it matches.
Oh, it's a fur ball. It's the same colour.
Danny Beard comes out in
Danny
Pipes.
boy.
The pipes are calling.
That's Irish though, and she's from
That
Liverpool.
is Irish.
But that is the joke, right? I'm assuming.
Danny Beard?
Right?
I guess.
Or is her name just Danny? And she has a beard.
Maybe that. Oh, Danny Beard. The beard it is. I don't know.
It's calling.
Yeah.
Comes out in this like Natasha Lyonne big red moment.
Yeah.
Here for it with her little not a dog.
Oh my god, her Davino, I forget what she called it. It wasn't Davina DeCampo. It was something, a pun of that.
I've got my little dog, Dogina DeCampo, a red wig and a silver lead. I do think.
So up next is Pixie Polite in the, it's like the goddess.
Venus de Milo.
Yeah, with the shells.
Botticelli? Right?
Yeah, I think that's Botticelli.
The judges liked it, right?
One of those Renaissance.
I saw it in person.
Yes, at the Louvre?
No, it's in Italy.
Oh, which one's at the Louvre? That's Venus of Amarthrace. With the winged Venus.
Isn't that Nike?
Nike. Winged Nike. Well, fuck, I don't know.
Anyway.
Yep.
She didn't have a clamshell, but she had an empty clam.
Yes. I didn't care for this.
No, the judges liked it, right?
The judges did like it, and I didn't get it. I thought parts of it worked. I thought the pearls were lovely, sure. But like... I
thought it was nice.
It just didn't...
It was nice.
It was fine.
I did think her makeup looked much better. I
Yes.
thought it looked really pretty.
Yeah.
I thought the color palette looked really nice on her.
What was the hair?
It was like too red and too tall, but she made it seem like that was the point. But the picture I'm imagining is like long flowing sort of Lady Godiva hair.
Right.
So maybe we're talking about different art.
But also, what was the main event part of it?
I mean, she had tall hair. It wasn't.
Okay, just from like a concept point of view, comparing it, you know?
It wasn't.
Like if she was like a hairy mollusk or something.
I'm surprised. Well, I guess it's too obvious. I'm surprised no one did Lady Godiva.
Was that, oh, because like the mane, because the horse fucker?
Doesn't her hair cover her whole naked?
Wasn't that Lady
nakedness?
Godiva? No, that's Catherine the Great.
But Catherine the Great is the alleged horse fucker. No, Lady Godiva's like riding on a horse naked, and her hair covers her boobs.
Right. Yes, that's true.
Famously.
Yes.
So, you know.
You could do one of those silly, like, yeah, exactly.
You know. Next out, Dakota Schiffer. Loved the story behind this.
Yes.
Was disappointed when it turned the runway.
When she was talking about playing with her
tassels,
grandmother's tassels, I was like ready for some greedy peasants.
Yeah, the tassels, they need room to breathe. Oh! Yeah.
Like, give me some tasseled gloves and some tasseled this, a giant tassel.
You're not ready for this. I'm not ready for this.
Well, I don't know.
I
was
wanted
excited.
like a fringed tassel wig.
Yes.
And then there's like a little boop, like
yes.
ponytail on top.
Yeah.
I was ready for it. Instead, there was a tassel on her head.
A limp tassel, and I was like, oh. So then there was Baby in this Grace Jones moment with this dreadlocked cage. I like this a lot more than the judges seem to.
Me too. I thought the hat wasn't quite as high fashion as the rest of the look.
Sure.
Could have been a different shape, but I still thought this was great.
Yeah.
So next up, LaPhil came out in the shower drain dress.
Obsessed.
Uh-huh.
So obsessed. The details.
Yeah.
It was really well constructed.
All of the drains, the way that they fit together, and it was...
And then how they threw the wig off, and it was,
Yeah. Oh, that's right. And here's my luscious hair. It's like, yes.
Talk about a mane.
Show it off. Exactly. Yeah. This was maybe my favorite.
I think maybe.
From a concept.
From concept to
and
execution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I guess Cheddar's also up there.
But I liked LaPhil's concept better because it was more original.
It was more original.
Yeah.
So, into it.
Next out, Black Peppa. In this, she had like a braided woven dress.
Yes.
Basket weaved kind of thing. I liked this a lot.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, bam, for some reason about it.
The tits just really reminded me of like the Chianti bottle that's covered in that woven, you know.
Oh my god. Sminty comes out in this like Sailor Moon moth extravaganza. This wig has to go up there in like the opposite of the disaster pile. Like whatever that is.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The details of the braiding and the way that it fell and bounced around. And
And I liked the shape of the
She was
bodice
really
was like really kind of
snatched
cool
and
like very moth-like, right?
Yeah.
It was very Thumbelina.
Yes. I thought the same thing, and I didn't write it down because I was like, is Andrew going to remember that we watched that movie? He did.
But that movie was like a lot of drag looks, so that tracks.
And yeah, last out, Jodhpurs, the colors were bad. It was all these like beigey brown grays. Like she had that big bouffant hair, and then she took off the big fur coat, and it was just like her bikini. But then it had a silver belt. It didn't work.
I literally do not remember this.
It did not work. We'll move on.
Sorry.
Next.
Sorry to this man.
She'd be walking down the street? No, wouldn't know a thing.
I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
We'll move on.
Sorry.
So Danny wins, but Baby and Sminty are in the bottom, and they lip sync to Respectable by Mel and Kim. I don't know this song, but I do now, and I like it.
There you go. Nice.
Baby fully strips down for this one, right?
Yes! This was like, make it rain, where are the dollar bills?
Yes.
I was like, ah!
Yeah.
I mean, it was great, but it was fully giving, like, sometimes when queens strip down, they can sometimes go the complete opposite route, where it's like,
right.
Oh, you're taking off everything, girl. Like,
yeah, sometimes it gets sad. This was not sad, it was sexy.
Right, where you go, oh no, girl.
Yeah.
You know, but she was just wearing a G-string, so it was like a dance belt.
With a tag on.
Right.
Like all she had was a dance belt, so it worked.
It worked.
And the heels.
Yes.
And the wig, she had a short little cute finger waved Kit Kat wig, and it was like, yeah.
It was working.
I did think Sminty did a good job.
I thought she did a really good job.
I thought this was a really good lip sync.
Yeah.
Not as good as next week's because,
we'll talk about it.
But yes.
But no, Sminty was going kind of a funnier route. She was trying to do like robot, like kind of messing with her mouth, where Baby was just going for it.
Yeah. Yeah, Sminty kind of kept doing the same bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, at first it was kind of cute. I was like, oh, this is kind of close. And then it was like, oh, no.
Baby knows how to rise to be whatever, you know, it was like a
ramp
build,
it up,
and
to
you
build
just,
it
by
up.
the end you're like,
I mean, she's
take my money!
Yeah.
It was very that.
Very that.
She's the dancer, so she's fully like...
She's the lip sync assassin of the season.
Yeah.
Fully.
Wow.
I mean, but she said it herself when she left. She was like, you bitches better be glad I left because none of you would have beat me. And I think that's accurate.
I agree. I do agree.
Sminty goes home, but she leaves us with a really sad twerk, and I liked it a lot.
I laughed so hard. It was great.
That's going to be her thing now.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
That's her catchphrase. She nailed it.
Yep.
That's all you really want out of the show, right?
It's memorable.
Right.
You don't really want to win. You just need a moment.
Yep.
A catchphrase.
A good moment that people talk about.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, quick commercial break, and we'll be back with episode 5, the finale of our first half. I would say this is the best one of the season.
I think this is the best musical, period.
Oh, the best musical?
Or musical, I'm sorry. It's in the top 5.
I don't know. I hate the musicals, to be honest. So
That's not what I said.
I know.
Apparently you hate musicals.
I hate musicals.
Get
out.
But anyway, we're here to talk about Larry Poppins. This was great. Everyone was either great or good. Like, no one was awful. The music was, like, totally fine and wasn't too, like, we're making a reference. It was its own thing-ish.
Sure.
It had kind of a story. It moved. I like this.
Okay, I get that.
Like, aside from the fact that you hate musicals.
I hate musicals.
Get out. So Pixie gets to assign the roles. She pretty much gives everyone everything they want, forgetting to
Except
cast
for
herself.
Claudia Schiffer only gets
one of the twins.
One of the twins.
But they did do a French off, and she lost.
Yes, she did.
I think it's quite clear who Rochelle can be, right? Yeah.
Pixie's having a self-doubt and asks Danny, and like Danny, like the professional she is, like, I can do whatever.
Yeah, I can do that.
I could do it all.
Yeah.
And she did.
She did.
This is Pixie to a T, innit? She's so concerned about making sure the show is right, she's forgot to fucking sort herself out. Would you be happier if we swapped?
What was Pixie's role?
Dick Von Dick. No, it was something.
Oh,
Burt
right.
Van Dyck.
And she was good. Rub Van Dyck? No, that...
Rick Van Dyck.
Lick Van Dyck.
I don't know Hannah Waddingham, but I want to now.
I didn't. And
Obsessed.
Brian explained some, and I forgot already, but he has
She's a musical.
She's a Broadway or a music...
West End.
Yes. And she has apparently some renditions of some Sondheim stuff that I have to watch. So maybe we'll put a clip right here.
Past midnight, soon it will be boom, squish.
So yes, they have to sing live, they have to dance live,
Yep.
they have to act live, perform. This is a tall order, I think.
Yeah.
And Pixie starts the whole show as Burt Van Dyck. I don't think that's the name, but that's what we're calling him.
Yep.
Lick Van Dyck.
I was sad that they did not make a silhouette joke, but I guess that's just our thing.
It's pretty much just our thing.
I know that silhouette anywhere. Mary Poppins.
I was going to say, like, you could have gotten really stupid with it and, like, drawn a penis in chalk on the stage. And I know that silhouette anywhere.
It's Mary Poppins. It would be great.
That would have been really silly. There's a meme on gay Twitter where there's like a Pokemon going like, ah! And then there's a shadow of a dildo, but it's supposed to be someone's like, you know, erect penis. And then it's like, oh my God, it's so big. Anyway, that's what I'm imagining.
Sure.
In terms of like the silhouette.
I'm just,
right?
yeah, you're like chalking it out like,
oh, I know that silhouette anywhere. Every Poppins.
Yeah, be good. I thought Pixie did a great job, but there's so much to do with Bert.
Sure.
With this character.
It was serviceable. It was a
sort
decent
of like
start to
fine.
Yeah.
She didn't have like the drum and the, I don't know, there's so much, you know, with like the whole music.
Oh, sure, the whole.
Band, you know, there's so much to do with Bert that they.
But I also think this whole show, I mean, I don't want to be annoying, but the whole thing for me that annoys me about these musicals is that they're very poorly written and they're very underwritten.
I hate musicals.
What? Get out.
Like, I feel like there's not
Well, this one felt the most like okay, in elementary school, they tasked us with writing our own musical, right? This happened. I have the script. It felt very that.
It was that level.
It was like very like, and then he comes, but it's like Beetlejuice, because that's fun.
Right.
And like, just where it's weird, but this was better than our musical, I'll say that.
Well, your elementary musical that you wrote. Well,
shock. We had everyone come out, and instead of Macho Man, they sang Nacho Man.
Oh, of course.
And we got the cheese heads.
Oh my God.
It was great.
I love that. That's very silly.
I could have done with some animated dancing penguins.
Yes!
Oh, yeah!
It's Bert Van Dyck.
Lick Van Dyck.
You know, introduces it.
Mary Poppins is coming for you.
And then we get the two twins. And they were both, I thought, good.
Yeah,
you know?
I just didn't understand what this was all about. This has nothing to do with Mary Poppins.
They were bratty kids, and she was looking for the nanny. Yeah, I think you're asking too much.
There wasn't much to do with that role.
Those roles are pretty thankless. I think if they had worked together more, as like, this is like, what is the Shangela and...
You stop flirting! Shut up! No, you shut up!
Space twins
that was
or
a good one.
You shut up!
Then you stop talking!
Yeah. No, you! That whole thing, like if you had made it a bit together, they didn't really work together.
We are on the lookout for single guys.
For single guys!
We are on the lookout for single guys.
Baby's the overworked mother. I think she did her thing and it was good, but she didn't have a real character. I think she needed to start with like a pantsuit, right? She was immediately in the get happy, slutty, I'm just in a blazer. And I was like, you seem like one of the children. I don't know what's happening. Like, what's going on? I think she should have had a pantsuit and then ha-cha to reveal something. And then in the rehearsals, they had talked about doing like, oh, you're supposed to do like a Britney thing. It wasn't really. She didn't really do a Britney thing.
No, not really.
Fancy your hot ass.
It wasn't bad in any way. And in another season, she probably would have been safe. But it just didn't quite.
Right. Who's the mom in the movie that's so fabulous?
Glynis Johns.
Glynis Johns, of course. Oh my God.
Or at least have like a
Suffragette banner,
you know.
But that had nothing to do with it. That had nothing to. They didn't.
You're just mad that they messed up
Mary Poppins. It didn't make any sense.
Anyway, but I thought the show really began when Danny. I mean, that laugh alone.
You cold.
Put him on Broadway.
Yes.
Immediately, like the energy that came out of him.
There's a new nanny in town. Mary's a little tied up in the moment.
And then suddenly I was like, oh, it's Beetlejuice.
Juice.
I don't know why.
I'm assuming they made that costume, so it was written that way.
Yeah. Well, because they said Larry Poppins, Larry Poppins, Larry Poppins.
Right, they said it 3 times. Yeah, that's
right.
right.
They didn't say it like Bert Van Dyck, but...
Well.
Lick Van Dyck.
I just watched Beetlejuice for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't it great? I love it.
I liked a lot about it.
Damn, the effects still look great.
Yes, that is true.
Oh, I was so excited
There's
about
a lot of good stuff. Catherine O'Hara.
Obviously.
I will live with you in this hellhole, but I must express myself. If you don't let me gut out this house and make it my own, I will go insane and I will take you with me.
There was something about Danny's Larry that gave me like old Greg vibes.
It was, I was.
Name's old Greg.
So much was happening and I was having a blast.
I was into it.
Then.
Yes.
Jodhpurs comes out.
Right.
She was coming for that badge.
Oh, she really was.
Black me, I swear I want back.
as this like Fantine sad prostitute bird woman.
I was obsessed with this. I thought it really was something special.
As I puff out my chest.
Woo, woo, woo. Just the sadness she brought to this sad old prostitute bird woman with like the bird heels.
Yes. I was really, all of it was working for me. Really worked.
It was so good. And I was really into it.
Yeah.
It really made me.
Kissy, kissy, coo, coo.
This was her shining moment. I was excited for her.
Yeah. I would do a double win.
I was
honestly.
like, Danny won. And then I was like, oh, I don't know, girl. Damn. They didn't like Jodhpur's runway. We'll talk about it. I'm mad.
Yeah.
But then Cheddar comes out doing her best Lumiere.
Yes.
Cockroach.
Bonjour, you're just in time for dinner. Je m'appelle Rachel la cockroach.
This was really good. And
Really good.
any other season, she perhaps could have been in the top. But unfortunately, just not quite.
Not quite. But I would put her in the top 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Cheddar was let down a little bit with the choreography could have been just that much sharper. Like if we're splitting hairs or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's where she wasn't quite as on as everybody else that was in the top. But then LaPhil comes out to do the hardest song of the night.
Yeah.
Completely nails it.
I'm just uber mad. I hate the way this franchise lost its focus.
I wouldn't have put LaPhil in the bottom at all.
Spunky, booby, hanky, panky, any holes a go. Stiffy, whiffy, hairy badger, boy, I'm on a roll.
I would have probably put the twins and Baby in the bottom.
Yeah.
That's the bottom 3 for me.
Yeah.
Take this umbrella and shove it up your ass.
Take this umbrella and shove it up your ass.
And she had, I feel like she had a lot of words to say.
Yes.
So many. I mean,
it was like the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious of it all, except they weren't allowed to say that.
I feel like I have to keep reminding myself, it was live.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yes, that's true.
You had 46 hours to remember this. Barely.
Yeah, to learn all the lines and remember the song
live.
And the choreography and then repeat it. Yeah, that's a lot. So, category is West End Wonders.
This runway was
everything.
Fucking fabulous.
Yes.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
First out, Pixie Polite as Tracy Turnblad from Hairspray. Loved this. Did think it's hard because, like, okay, Tracy's basically already a drag queen.
Right.
So it's pretty hard to dragify her. So this looked like a really great costume from the show.
It was a bit more literal than some of the others were, like a little bit of a take on it.
A take on, yeah. This was it was a minor note, but just like compared to some of the others, I was like,
if this runway hadn't been as spectacular as it was, this would have been easily one of the top ones.
Yes.
There's this really funny cameo.
Okay.
That someone paid. Oh my God, what's her name? Who played Tracy Turnblad? Ricky Lake. To was it Ricky Lake?
How did you get Ricky Lake from that?
Because she's Tracy Turnblad.
Oh,
no.
Okay,
oh, from the musical.
Nikki Blonsky from the movie.
Okay.
So they had a cameo of Nikki Blonsky where someone paid her to do it to remind their friend to take his prep every morning.
Did she know?
I don't think so.
Okay, great.
And so it was really great. It was really great. I mean, it took me a long time to introduce it, but we'll just play a little clip here, and it was very funny.
So David just wanted me to remind you to stay on top of your prep.
Oh, so then next up, Jodhpurs as this Singing in the Rain. I really love this.
I loved this.
And they didn't like it, and I don't know why.
When Michelle was like, there's only a cage on one side, and then later you saw that there was a cage on both sides, and I was like...
Maybe it didn't hold up as well under the heavy, like, rain material.
I loved the asymmetrical. I thought it worked really great. I loved that it was, like, just underwear. It had a little bit of a Dick Tracy thing going on, but this huge, like, the fisherman's slicker clear.
Yes.
I
umbrella hat.
This. This was my favorite look from Jodhpurs.
Yes.
So next out was Black Pepper doing The Lion King, which probably the musical I would pick is probably my favorite musical.
Wow.
But big Lion King headpiece.
Oh my God. Fuck off huge. That's how big it was.
Fuck off huge. This was really amazing. I think this might be better than some of the costumes from that musical, which is really saying a lot.
Julie Taymor is quaking. This interpreted it, right? So like it wasn't as much a puppeteering kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Although I would have loved if she had some of those little like kitey birds to like fly around.
Yeah.
That would have been really fun.
I thought you were going to say like a talking like Simba.
The clouds roll in.
Oh, could you imagine?
She really gave this presence of like a queenly, you know, like pride of the king of that, like, she was doing it all.
Very like
really,
Angela Bassett of it all.
It was very good. So then next out was Dakota Schiffer as Funny Girl.
Right.
But everyone was like, not so much. She's just pretty. I mean,
I thought the dress was very funny, girl. The wig to me was more Valley of the Dolls.
At this point, I'm just like, does she pad at all? Like, if you're doing somebody else, you're not. You're doing Barbara at this point.
Right.
So like, I don't know. I'm just like ready for something that's not just she's so cute.
Right.
It's just cute. If she had done the like, I'm holding the flowers to reveal, haha, pregnant. You know, if she'd made a funny girl joke.
Sure.
I mean, it's a different dress, but like something.
Right.
Have a little tugboat. I don't know. Give me something.
She made like
pretty.
a Beanie versus Leah joke. Probably when they filmed, they didn't know. They didn't know that Leah was back.
They didn't know.
Next up is Cheddar Gorgeous as Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Yes.
This was excellent as well. I mean, honestly, this runway, when I think about it.
So good. This was also a little bit in the, you did a great costume for the show. She changed it up a bit. Like, there was different things that she kind of made it her own. But, like, maybe could have done just a little more, made it a little more alien or something.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure, but put your own stamp on it as Cheddar.
Just ever so. It was fucking great.
Yeah.
But, like, when you start to just nitpick the, like, interpretation of it all.
Are there any West End alien stage plays?
They're probably, Ridley Scott's probably licensed it.
Oh, like Alien, Alien
the musical?
I mean,
fun fact.
Watch.
Into that.
Davina De Campo won an award for being in Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Oh, love that. If we're putting them into categories, this one was slightly more like, you made a great Hedwig outfit instead of like, you dragged up Hedwig.
Sure.
Again, it's hard.
That's not because it's...
Didn't it have loads of words on it?
Yeah, she had quotes on her,
Yes.
you know. Right next up was LaPhil in The King and I. Oh my God, talk about taking something, interpreting it, making it your own, but also very King and I. Like, I immediately was like, it's The King and I, but it's not.
Well, that's true. That's
The
true.
King and I.
That's true.
It's LaPhil does The King and I, and I'm obsessed.
Well, right. Yul Brynner, but also draggier, right? Like
it was a gender fluid.
It was a gender fluid King and I love that.
And it was so expensive looking, and all of
Oh
the,
my
like,
God.
where it was big and where it was tight, and the bejeweled chest.
Oh my God.
With the jewels and they were just selling it.
I was obsessed. This was the only one I wrote down because I was.
Are you fucking kidding?
No.
We haven't gotten to the end.
I know. I mean, I remember them, but this was the only one that I wrote down.
They've decided they don't like LaPhil.
I know.
And I don't know why.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Well, actually, no, that's not true. I did write down.
You better have written down Danny Beards.
I did.
Fuck.
I wrote down Danny Beard, Audrey 2, Plant Daddy Realness.
When you get to the viewing party, it's just me going,
To the little shop of horrors.
Stop it.
This is even
just like the whole time, just like
Okay.
But next out is Baby in, I didn't know this, and ampersand Juliet. It's like a new.
Yeah, it's like a new show.
She made those Shakespearean, lantern sleeves with like the panels.
Yeah.
They're just little poofs and then the pants, but then it's overalls and it's denim.
Yeah.
And it's streetwear and also this Janelle Monáe hair.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Really into it. I thought this was really great. God, this runway, again, great.
Oh my God, last on the runway, Danny Beard. I lost my mind.
Yeah.
This was the draggiest. Like, this was such a great way to do Audrey.
Yes.
Too.
That's true. Audrey
Not
too.
Ellen Green. I think this might be my favorite musical.
Little Shop of Horrors.
If we're picking musicals.
I easily understand that. The movie version of Little Shop of Horrors is so spectacular.
It's so good. People don't talk about it enough.
No.
I'm so sad Frank Oz didn't do more musicals.
Yes. You know what's nice about Little Shop is that it's dark.
It's totally.
Especially you've seen the alternate ending, right?
Yes, which totally throws off the pacing of the film and was correct to cut.
Absolutely, it's 30 minutes long.
The effects
are
so
good.
Spectacular.
So good. Okay, so are you familiar with Little Shop at all?
No.
Okay, you should watch it because it's great.
Uh-huh.
Really spectacular music, fun story, great performances. Really highly recommend. I would say probably one of the best musical films for sure.
Period.
We'll send you the alternate ending
We gotta
that you can
review
watch.
Little Shop.
I
by
would
the way.
absolutely love to.
Oh, but Danny Beard.
Oh, right.
Oh my God, this 9-foot tall monstrosity of with the heel. Every proportions were so good. The head is animatronic.
Yes,
puppetry.
amazing.
The tentacles, like she dragged Audrey.
Yes.
It was so good. Okay.
I'm
so sorry.
Audrey
She dragged
too.
Audrey too.
You ain't never seen drag this camp. This is even camp for me.
The only thing for me was that the head
Yeah.
felt a little dragon-y. Like, it was almost like that dragon in How to Train Your Dragon, where they're like the two-headed ones, where they're like, I'll put a picture up.
This was one of those ones you're gonna remember, like
Absolutely,
forever.
absolutely.
Where you're just like, that was the
Iconic,
moment.
yeah.
You turned the corner and that
And it
was
was
the
like,
moment.
Is that the one the judge said, like...
You alone have been worth my visit.
Wow. It was accurate. Danny really turned it the fuck out.
This was so good.
And thus, Danny wins.
Yes, so Danny wins. It was obvious. I
Yeah.
mean, John Purse in any other season would have won.
Yeah.
More than likely. She didn't have a badge. This was her coming out
I
moment.
still think they should have given them both. I mean, I don't know why, but like...
Because who cares? You have a badge.
Yeah, you get a badge, you get a badge. Who cares? They were both so good.
I was just like tingling with
I know.
anticipation. Patient. Dakota and Baby are in the bottom, and they lip sync to No Way from the the musical Six. I thought this was great. I think they should do more.
I thought this was amazing. I thought this was one of the
because there's like a rise and a fall.
There's an acting.
crescendo.
You have to like really emote and perform. I loved this. I thought this was a spectacular lip sync.
It's kind of in the same vein as like the spoken word lip sync.
Yes, absolutely. And I appreciate that they're like broadening some of the horizons.
And then it was tied to the musical episode. Like,
yes,
let's just do it.
Themes. Everyone loves a theme.
Come on. This was great. Baby won.
Yeah.
But I thought Dakota Schiffer did great. You know, when she was like, when she left the stage.
I'll go. No.
I'm going, no, I'm not. You know, that was fun.
I love that. Everyone's just like, did she Ginny Lemon herself?
Oh my God. Oh no. I thought Baby won. She had that full out dancing craziness, but then when she took it down, you know.
She had the range.
A moment.
She has the range.
It was giving me Taste vibes.
Yes.
Where she draws you in and you're just like, I'm obsessed with you. So yeah, for me, Baby won.
Right.
But
I think Rue was about to say, "Baby,
Shantae,
you stay."
I think Baby knew that.
I've made my decision.
Can I say something?
You guys have heard that she did win, right?
Oh no.
And then they did it again?
Well, she won and then Baby said, "Can I say something?"
Oh, and so they edited it different?
Yeah.
Interesting. That makes sense.
I'm extremely grateful for being here, but I think I need to go home and take care of myself.
You know what? Good for her for knowing yourself and saying, you know what? I choose me. I choose my mental health.
I need to work on
Exactly.
this. The smile on her face after she quit.
Yeah.
She was like, I am so ready to be gone. This is fabulous. She was so happy.
Yeah, and I love that. She showed us how fabulous she is. And she realized this isn't the place for me.
was not pulling a Rue and going, I can't believe that. She was, I understand.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I feel like a few years ago, Rue would have been like,
do you know that all of America is rooting for you? Do you know that? And then you come in here and you treat this like a joke?
How do you not appreciate this opportunity? Sure.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
Although I think if you throw it back in Rue's face like this, where it's like, you know what? I need to focus on my mental health, Rue.
Rue, I need to work on my inner saboteur.
She's like, well, if you're talking about your inner saboteur, then...
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I forgot. I
you know what you have to do? Befriend it. Your inner saboteur.
Oh, that's right. I zone out. Whenever Rue starts, you know what I'm just like, out.
You know that thing? No!
But I thought this episode was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
So cheers to the first half of this season.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
It's been fun. Really great queens. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Cheers. Let's see how this turns out. I can't wait to see how this turns out. It's very exciting.
Cheers.
Much better.
Much better.